A massive security breach is currently happening inside 9 out of 10 mid-sized companies, and the CEOs have no idea. Employees are copy-pasting sensitive client contracts, proprietary source code, and private medical data into public AI models like ChatGPT and Claude, just to save a few hours of work. This is called shadow AI, and it is a ticking time bomb for any business with more than 50 employees. Last month, I charged a local financial services firm $8,500 to perform a single AI governance audit and set up a secure internal gateway. It took me less than 10 hours of actual work. While everyone else is trying to sell AI-generated blog posts for $50, the real money is moving toward AI safety, compliance, and infrastructure. Companies aren't afraid of AI, they are afraid of losing their data, and they will pay you a premium to solve that fear. The mistake most people make when trying to start an AI business is they try to be a content creator or a prompt engineer. That market is saturated, low margin, and frankly, a race to the bottom. If you are selling AI-generated images, you are competing with every teenager with a Midjourney subscription. If you want to make high-ticket B2B income, you have to solve a high-stakes problem. Shadow AI is that problem. When a staff member puts a company's trade secrets into a public model, that data can technically be used to train future iterations of the model. That is a nightmare for legal teams. Most businesses respond by banning AI entirely, which is a death sentence for their productivity. The method I'm showing you today allows companies to use the full power of GPT-4 and Claude 3.5 without the data ever leaving their controlled environment. This workflow is divided into 3 distinct phases: the audit, the gateway, and the governance. First, the audit. You don't walk into a business and ask if they are using AI. They'll say no because the boss said it's banned. Instead, you offer a shadow AI risk assessment. You use a simple network traffic tool, or even just an anonymous internal survey, to identify which departments are secretly using AI to manage their workload. You will find that the marketing team is using Jasper, the developers are using Copilot, and the HR team is using ChatGPT to write termination letters. You compile this into a report that shows the CEO exactly where their data is leaking. This report alone is worth $2,000 because it quantifies a risk they didn't know how to measure. Phase 2 is the technical fix, and it's surprisingly simple if you use the right tools. Do not tell them to just buy team versions of ChatGPT. It's too expensive and doesn't give the company enough control. Instead, you are going to set up a private AI gateway. I personally use a combination of LiteLLM and a front-end like LibreChat or OpenWebUI. LiteLLM is a powerful middleman that allows you to connect to any AI provider, OpenAI, Anthropic, or even local models like Llama 3 through a single pipe. The beauty of this is that you can implement PII redaction. This means if an employee tries to paste a social security number or a secret API key into the chat, the gateway automatically scrubs that sensitive info before it ever hits the public cloud. You host this on the company's own private server or a secure cloud instance. Now, the employees have a slick interface that looks and feels like ChatGPT, but the company owns the data logs and ensures nothing leaks. Phase 3 is the governance. Tech without policy is useless. You provide them with a pre-built AI acceptable use policy. This defines who can use which models for what tasks. You aren't just a tech guy at this point. You are a consultant helping them navigate the biggest shift in corporate history. I recently did this for a legal firm that was terrified of AI, but knew they were falling behind. I didn't sell them a chatbot. I sold them data sovereignty. I set up a local instance of an LLM for their most sensitive casework and a secure Claude 3.5 Sonnet gateway for their general administrative tasks. The setup cost me about $400 in server credits and my time. I billed $12,000 for the total package. That is the power of positioning. To start this today, stop looking at AI tools and start looking at AI risks. Every time you see a news story about a company leaking data through a chatbot, that is your marketing material. Your target clients are companies in regulated industries: legal, healthcare, finance, and manufacturing. These companies have the budget, and more importantly, they have the most to lose. You don't need a degree in cybersecurity to do this. You need to understand how API keys work and how to deploy a basic Docker container. If you can follow a GitHub README, you can set up a secure AI gateway. Most AI experts are too busy arguing about which model is better at writing poetry to notice that the corporate world is desperate for someone to make AI safe for them. The actual step-by-step process is straightforward. Start by identifying a mid-sized company with 50 to 200 employees. These companies are big enough to have a data problem, but small enough that they don't have a dedicated AI safety officer. Reach out to the CTO or the head of operations. Don't mention AI content. Mention data exfiltration via consumer AI tools. That phrase alone will get you a meeting. Offer them a free AI surface area audit. Spend 30 minutes on a call asking about their current workflows. Once you identify that their employees are using personal ChatGPT accounts for work, and I promise you they are, you present the solution. The solution isn't stop using AI. The solution is professionalized AI infrastructure. You charge a flat fee for the initial setup. I recommend $5,000 as a baseline. Then you charge a monthly maintenance fee of $500 to $1,000 to manage their API costs, update the models, and provide monthly usage reports. These reports are key. You show the management exactly how many hours their team saved and what kind of prompts are being run. This turns you from a one-time contractor into an essential part of their tech stack. Most people are waiting for some perfect AI tool to come out that makes them money. That tool doesn't exist. What exists is a massive gap between what AI can do and what corporations feel safe doing. Your job is to bridge that gap. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme where you click a button and money falls out of the sky. This is a high-value service business. It requires you to be opinionated and tell the client, no, you shouldn't let your team use that tool, use this secure one instead. If you are tired of chasing pennies with affiliate links or low-tier content services, this is the pivot. The shadow AI problem is only getting bigger. Every time OpenAI releases a new feature, more employees will use it, and more data will leak. You can either watch it happen or be the person who gets paid to fix it. I'm putting the specific technical stack I use, the exact names of the gateway tools, and the redaction layers in the description below. If you have the technical curiosity to spend a weekend learning how to deploy a private LLM gateway, you can easily out-earn 99% of the people calling themselves AI influencers. This is the reality of the AI economy in 2026. Stop playing with toys and start building infrastructure. Go to the description, grab the workflow, and start reaching out to firms that are currently terrified of their own data leaks. The money is there for the taking, if you're willing to be the adult in the room.